Hey everybody, welcome back to the regular return of members of the RV Nerd Herd. This, I feel, is one of the very best executed of the entire J-Feather Micro series right here. It nails so many things so very well. It's a simpler, easier, no-slide RV that with the 7.5 foot wide body still feels like it gives you enough living room that two people can kind of get through a weekend on this one. And what makes it kind of work is the Murphy bed function up here that they've kind of redesigned a little bit this year. One of the things that I like most about it, like it's got these cool side stands that actually slide open. They are drawers beside the bed. They're just a different style of drawer than what we're used to seeing, but I think it's actually a very kind of cool thing. You have your normal side hanging wardrobes. It's still a bendy bed, flop down kind of Murphy bed, but the sofa below it, instead of including an outdoor picnic table, which is cool, but it was primarily there to be used in front of the sofa, they've actually started including with this a pair of little fold down TV trays that actually still slot under and store under the bed. It's a very, very cool setup. And I think sometimes people hear TV trays and they kind of scoff and laugh. If you've camped, if you're an experienced RVer, you probably know how freaking useful those things are. And it's something you can use indoors or outdoors. They're really, really handy, and they're just included with the camper. This thing has nice campsite window coverage, a really nice bathroom for a small RV, and a bunch of other things like double ASDEL, 200 watts of solar, an enclosed underbelly, better stabilizer jacks. A few things that I don't personally care about, like outside speakers and maybe a short queen bed, but a good front pass-through compartment up here, the J-port option for the griddle, and all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to try to share good, bad, ugly, everything in between. And if you appreciate the transparency, hit that subscribe button, and let's go. Now, one of the best parts of this camper is the physically small size it makes for easy towing, easy parking, easy storage, like state and national parks. Oh yeah, this is like ideal size for that kind of usage right there. The trick is, it makes my life making videos much more difficult. The big wide open ones, those are simple. These guys are a little trickier. Now, one of the things they're really touting is that this has a redesigned bedroom. It's a little, it's not massively different. Instead of a picnic table, it has two of those fold out little TV tray style things. I've been actually very impressed. They're very sturdy. They fold down flat. They can really tuck away. I like the little extension cup holder. And in case you're curious, where they stow away doesn't really eat up any of your storage space. You see that black slot right there under the sofa? They fold down and they fit right under there. And if you look very, very closely, I don't even know if you can see it, but the other one's in there because it's shadowed and it's a black table, so it's kind of hard to see. Now, they purposely left a little slot under the sofa so that the legs for the TV trays can actually go way under it. And that is really the secret in the sauce that keeps them super sturdy and stable. They did, I think, a very good job of that. Now, if you look really closely here, you've got blackout roller shades going straight across either the bed or the sofa, whatever the case may be. And we're going to see in a minute, it actually has really respectable campsite window coverage. But first here, I just want to give you a quick once-over demo of the Murphy bed. It's now the second time I've done this footage because I talked for a long time the first time and never hit record, so I'm going to do it a little faster this time. Good news for me. I don't have to take off my shoes because it's a short queen. Basically where about my sock line is, which is also where my tan line is, that will hang off of this bed. Like a lot of RVs with a Murphy bed, this has a little jackknife sofa. This is a drop down, flop down kind of bed, which, while unceremonious, is also very stable because it creates a total flat platform for the fold-down Flopsy Murphy bed. Now, I don't know how well you're going to get to see this, but again, right about my sock line, my feet hang off the bed right here. Now, my head's not exactly touching the headboard, but gotta remember, when you have a pillow under your head, it doesn't exactly touch the headboard anyway. Now, over here, your side stands slide open and actually are a drawer. It's not a top with a drawer under it. The top is the drawer, but because the whole thing slides, if you leave a bunch of crap on top of it, you don't have to take it all off. And hidden back there is a wireless charge pad for phones and whatnot. But it also, if you push down on it, pops up, has some USB plugs. You have those on both sides of the bed now. That, I think, is something really nice that they weren't doing before. Now, as you can see, it is not at all hard to put that sucker away. I am not some kind of big muscle-bound, lunk from Planet Fitness or something like that. Not that there's anything wrong with those people, because they can beat me up. Yeah. Now, as you can tell, you can see the top of the mattress back there. It's somewhat masked by that blue light. I think by the time you put some bedding on it, it'll become more obvious. Manufacturers just don't seem to be interested in hiding that lately. I don't exactly understand why. Now, if you look over here, you can see how you have thin, but you have hanging wardrobe closets with removable shelves on both sides of the bed. Now, down below the bed, actually under where the TV trays. Oh, wow, I am so tired. My brain was like, oh no, I can't brain. That's where you have a couple extra drawers as well. And again, I'm tired. I can't remember what RV I've talked about what in what video. You do have blackout roller shades for the majority of the windows. That window right there behind the faucet is a traditional metallic blind because it's too close to a fire source to be a roller shade, basically. There's some flammable restrictions that they have there. Now, working our way around here, if I plop down over at the Murphy sofa, let's do it over here more on the driver's side. You got pretty decent entertainment on this. Now, if somebody's sitting there and you're in the chair to the left of me, yeah, someone's head could be in the way, but this is a small RV made for 1 or 2 people. Maybe you have a small grandkid weekend guest or something like that you put on the fold-down sleeper sofa, but that's about it. By the way, I don't know if you can see it hidden down in there. There are some household and USB plugs under that, which is handy. And, pardon me, I'm going to sneeze. Poof, sorry about that. Anyway, moving on from there. That's a smart TV as well, which is another nice, handy thing. And that table's totally free-floating. If you want to take it out of there, you can do that. You could take the TV trays and the table all outdoors. I don't know. Now, I do remember that I mentioned I'd get you back over here to look at the campsite window coverage. You see you got that nice big breeze window. There is a full viewing window in the entry door. Plus, you got this big guy right here. So you actually have some pretty decent views in this thing. This is all pocket-screwed lumber core cabinetry, but notice how they gave us doors to access all of it, not just a little portion here or there, so it's very easy to get through everything. You don't have to reach around corners. Actually, let me open that up so you can see all the little space that is in there. Now, half of the dinette bench, like one side of the dinette bench, does have storage under it. The other side does not, because that's where there's like some heat vents and a few other little odds and ends. I think part of the wheel well is actually maybe under there. So you've got a little bit of storage under the dinette, but not full storage. And again, that can fold down into a sleeper, just not a very large one. The kitchen storage, though, I think is really good. Now, there's 3 big drawers under that stove. The top 2, those can be sacrificed if you want to option a propane oven. So that's something that they didn't offer in this for years, and that's actually why they always built these with a 3-burner stovetop. They were always planning to eventually offer an oven, but for supply chain reasons, for a couple of years, they just were not able to, and that's been resolved. Now they can. Or you can have it with max storage like this. I would definitely prefer it like this, but I don't cook cookies and biscuits. I don't have my morning biscuits every single day like I know some of our, like south of the Mason-Dixon line type folks tend to do. That's not a complaint, by the way. Biscuits and gravy is delicious. It's liquid flour and solid flour. You're eating flour in 2 states of matter simultaneously, and it's freaking delicious. You throw some bacon grease and a little bit of sausage in that gravy or something like that. Oh, wow. Your cardiologist will thank you. I'm giving you very much a top-down view of this right here. The toilet, it's a little tight on the knee space, and lefties might bump their elbows, but I mean, I could make it work. I could make that work. I do appreciate that we have just a full-on sink in this bathroom here. And, pardon me. I'll give you a look at the storage in there in just a second. First of all, I want to look at the height in the shower area. It's a 6.5-foot tall camper, big skylight above that shower, which I appreciate. Now, my head's obviously in the skylight, but you know, I can fit. A lot of manufacturers, they give us RVs in this size with no skylight in a single axle, and that can be problematic, you know. Taking a look at like what's inside the medicine cabinet and under the sink, I sort of wish under the sink they didn't put shelves, because it'd give me a good spot for a wastebasket. And one of the reasons I think that's very true in this RV is the insane amount of storage that you have over here around the corner. Now, I'm at a terrible angle to do that. So if you'll climb in the shower with me real quick, ladies and gentlemen, you get to see how much storage is actually in here. And you see like this one big drawer, and then you realize there's yet another even larger drawer below that. Not to mention all the big extra like closet space and dry linen space and shampoos and body washes and every other darn thing that you can shove in there. That bathroom's got serious storage. So I feel like you could sacrifice a shelf under the sink to get a handy little wastebasket space. But that's just me. I feel like I got that Michael Jackson man in the mirror behind me. And every now and then I end up seeing double vision. But hey, you know, that's just how it goes. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is not musical pop trivia references, but the fact that with no slides, this RV is always good to go. Road mode, not road mode, Murphy bed up, Murphy bed down. It don't matter none. And my English teacher would not like what I just said. Now for towing something this size with these weights and measures, I think you're going to want at least an appropriately capable tow package mid-size pickup. Not all mid-size pickups are created equally, so keep that in mind. But some kind of mid-size pickup with a tow package, or a larger class SUV for general flatland towing. If you're going to start going up and down mountains, you're probably going to want to get into a half-ton or better, just because inclines become very demanding, and a smaller vehicle is really going to struggle. 250-pound rated ladder on the back, and what you can't really see very obviously is the 200-watt solar panel up there on the roof. The RV also has a 30-amp charge controller, so if you want to add a second solar panel, you can absolutely do that here. You don't need to do any sort of major rewiring or anything like that. Now, it's interesting they put this like diamond plate skirt guard on the back of the RV, probably just for cool looks or something like that. But that's a hot-cold utility shower. And you do see also you have a 2-inch receiver hitch on the back. That's got about I think 300-pound weight limit on it. You may have also noticed the quick drop stabilizers. Jayco started using those, I think, in like 2023. They were one of the first brands to really go whole hog on those things. They really do work very nicely too. Compared to traditional scissor jacks, they absolutely take a lot of the herky-jerky wiggle-jiggle out of the RV equation. Now, getting you back around here, you do have a gas grill quick connect coming off the side, and you might notice how this has, it looks like another receiver hitch off the side, because that's literally what it is. That attaches directly to the chassis, and there's an optional thing called like a J-port griddle, where there's like this bar that sticks out the side and a griddle platform included with it that is just apparently not equipped on this specific trailer we're looking at. That whole thing I just described is standard on camp kitchen models, but this is not a camp kitchen model, so it's optional. Nice little cargo pocket there. That looks like it's under the bathroom sink, and that's practicing something I like to refer to as not an ounce of space gone to waste. Got the Goodyear Wrangler tires right there. Very nice sidewall integrity on those. So if you want to take this thing off the pavement, when I say that, I phrase it that way because I don't mean off-road. Because some people, you say off-road, and they're like, I'm going to take it through rock crawling in the Badlands. Not this one. No, you won't. Well, I mean, you will. It's just most of it's not going to come back if you do. It's not made for that. You know, there's, like, you wouldn't take a Chevy Cobalt in that kind of driving equation either, because it just wouldn't make sense. Look at the slam latches, though, magnet holdbacks. Those are things that people have been wanting on these for a couple of years, and it's really cool to see them step up and get that fulfilled for you. Very solid front pass-through compartment on that. Very nicely finished, too. Notice how even the ceiling of that was nicely cleaned off. This does have a stovetop heat exhaust vent hood, as well as a 60,000 BTU tankless on-demand water heater. One of the other things this has is double ASDEL. Well, you know what? It also has double propane tanks with an auto changeover regulator, but the RV has double ASDEL. So if you're not familiar with ASDEL, It's a wood substitute panel, basically. So some RVs, the layer under the fiberglass skin directly, they use Asdel. They still often will use wood paneling on the interior wall, just below the wallpaper. Jayco Micro uses it both inside and outside. They always have. Now, a lot of companies were using very little Asdel, and they were putting stickers on their RVs that were like, hey, we're Asdel all over the place, even though it actually kind of wasn't. Well, the Asdel company's making it a little more obvious. Like this sticker says exterior, interior, telling you where it is within the walls. And I think that you're going to see more and more of that as products evolve over time, so that you have a better understanding as a consumer exactly what you're looking at. If you tend to watch my videos, I also tend to illuminate that little detail for you. So there's that too. I don't know what o'clock it is in the morning, but if you can see it on my face and hear it in my voice, I'm cooked. I'm a Midwestern boy. I'm used to some level of humidity, the completely dry air out here. My contacts are glued to my eyeballs, and I'm sucking on a Hall's lozenge right now just to try to keep my throat from totally failing out, because I got about 2 more days of this ahead of me yet. To you, it's just one video. To me, it's like the number 14 for the day. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I don't even know why I'm telling you the whole story. You don't need to know. Check the links in the video description. You'll see where we have one of these parked, what we're asking on a given day, as well as similar floor plans from other builders, whether it's J-Flight, Cherokee, Rockwood, anybody else I can think of. Grand Design's got a really good version of something like this. Bunch of brands do. You can see some other campers like this right there and decide which one has the features that better fit you, because they all have a pretty similar floor plan. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and I'm gonna go sleep, everyone.